Bing! And we're live. It's Sam starting the EuroScrum early. I guess I'm going to try and start off here with a bit of local support client prep. Get that sorted. I guess I'll go to screen share, which I often forget to do when I'm on my own. Yeah, I'm kind of like questioning sometimes I want to break out separate videos of client prep. Is that something that anybody ever watches? I sort of imagine that somebody who would like, well, how do I get ready for a client meeting? Is that might conceivably be of interest to somebody, but in the new time constrained environment, I'm not sure how realistic that is. Anyway, particularly just before the Scrum, Thomas wants to get a client meeting for website 1 done. Okay, so I'm here. I'd started creating some note of the critical thing that we must do today in the client meeting is sort out Google Hangout issues on client laptop. And I've thrown in a couple of other things. I've had various emails from Rachel this week of things that I haven't really looked at because I've been focusing on getting the pull requests done and moving things in. We have actually got new functionality on staging to show. Did we deploy some simple thing last week? I don't remember what it is. I guess my usual MO, grab the previous outstanding agenda items. That's still there for the volunteer ops. I think, actually Michael is working on this. We won't bug Rachel about that. Haven't done anything on the Constitution. That form, waiting for input from Rachel. That is on staging. We've got, so I guess Sam is there, that's now me. Do the new invite text. Yeah, right, that's the next line there. Okay, and then I think, and we're not. Anyway, that's on hold. We won't worry about doing that. I think that was related to some sort of grant that maybe isn't going forward. Access parent on pages. Outstanding features. The key thing really there, I should be getting that into Firefox. Let's see, local support. I was very interested to discover actually that Data Mapper, which is alternative to active record, has the Access Paranoid in there, already. Support undelete on everything. Yeah, okay. So we've got a story for that. It's a chore. Yeah. Hey Yara, how you doing? Right there, Yara. Hey Yara, how's it going? Not great audio from you today, Yara, I'm afraid. I don't know if you can hear me.
I can. I'm just being quiet.
Okay. I guess it's open mic. I was hearing the echo of myself over your speakers.
Right. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good.
Good stuff. Yeah, I'm just working through the client meeting prep for local support until the Scrum starts. I think I'm trying to work out.
By the way, Sam, I was thinking for a couple of days now. You know how now we basically have 4 different project managers on Agile Ventures. You for local support, Thomas for website 1, me for community portal, and Waters for Ostra. And I was thinking maybe it would be a good idea to, at the moment, if we have some feature requests for website 1, the current flow would be to put them in pivotal tracker, right? But I was kind of thinking, maybe it's a good idea, to. I'm not I'm not formalizing my thoughts clearly. Anyway, I was thinking it would be a good idea to give feedback in some way, you know. So so we get the features which are good for running a project, and not just like ideas about how website one could be good for other people, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yes, I mean, I think that there's clearly, and there has been for a long time. I mean, even before you started your projects, we've had there was a big period when you were away, and there were other people who started projects and were trying to run projects and so on. So we've had that. But I think that it's clear that there's different groups of stakeholders. There are people who want to run projects through Agile Ventures, and there are people who want to participate in projects, but they don't particularly want to take the leads. And the needs of those people are different. Absolutely, and I think it's important that in user stories that we're clear about who the who the features are for. Is this a feature that's of benefit to the project's administrator, or is it of benefit to the individual? And of course, the project administrator, the people who are project managers, it's important that we facilitate them. I mean, we've got to do right stuff by the users, but I mean, I was discussing this with Pavel yesterday. If we're bringing more people into Agile Ventures, we have to have project managers who are scaffolded to be able to review their pull requests, to help them, to just that they are a very important kind of super user within our system. It's true.
Yeah, so maybe maybe we should create some kind of a feature request list where like people who are interested in those features for running a project, so they could add their requests for features.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's nothing. It would be easy to create an epic in Pivotal Tracker, and then you label everything that's particularly of use to the project manager with a project manager label, and then anybody who's saying like, oh well, I'm particularly interested in what are the features on offer for project managers, or being proposed for project managers. There's that epic, and that can be the basis for discussion.
All right, yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
I have a few thoughts of how website one would be a lot more convenient for running a project than it is now.
Mm-hmm.
In some cases, and I would really like to contribute those ideas.
Yeah.
Although,
well, go on.
I'm not sure how much longer do we have to wait until I can submit those ideas.
Well, I think why don't you submit them to? I think generally, if there's any concern, why don't you submit them to me, and I'll submit them, and that's always I think if there's ever any query about who is asking for what, as I am the sort of proxy client acting on your behalf, right? I'm the product owner, but I'm doing it for you. So if you communicate those ideas to me, then I can make sure they get in.
Right. Okay. Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
And another question is, what do you think? How about if, say, me and MotorSem start a discussion on, for example, just have a discussion with throwing our ideas and discussing them. We think. I mean, what would be
Yeah, your audio was breaking up there a little bit, Yarrow. You were talking about you and Modesem having a discussion about features for.
No, I'm just saying, what do you think? What do you think about me and Modesem starting a discussion on website one, just creating a document and just discussing in comments ideas about managers?
I think that discussions are welcome of that kind. So yeah, that, I think particularly I mean create a. I would have said, this is, we maybe haven't recognized the project manager explicitly as a stakeholder. So I think that's, but yeah, why don't you send, sounds like you're still getting your thoughts together. Why don't you send some stuff to me and I'll make it. And and then you can carry on. How does that sound?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Hey guys, we've got Sasha and Thomas and Darrow and myself. I'd clicked broadcast already because I was kind of working through the local support client meeting prep, which is something else that I need to do, which is largely done. I've just got to remember what features I pushed out of production and staging, and I can't quite remember what they are. Anyway, but I think we've largely got. One more thing that I've got to do is just pull over this action item from last week. And I think I've got that. So I've got the support client meeting coming up very soon. But let's get into the Scrum. Let's go to here and go to members. And let's kick in with Yarrow. How are things with you, Yarrow?
Slow. Unfortunately, too slow for me. I'm waiting for Pavel to come back, so we can hold a kickoff meeting, and I'm
Right.
sort of in the preparation stage, getting little things done which are really boring, and I really want to get to the coding stage of building something.
Sure.
So yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, I must say, I've been looking into Meteor and
yes.
all the related things, with
Yes.
that framework, and I really recommend looking into that because
Yeah.
it's absolutely awesome.
Yeah. No, I like
Probably
Meteor.
is the
Yeah,
future
I've
of.
done a few remote pairing sessions on it, and it's very cool. Yeah. Do also check out Ampersand.
Oh yeah,
Ampersand.
I had a look at that. I had a look at
Yes.
that.
Yeah. Which is another thing, up and coming system that I think maybe sort of like pulls in like other bits and pieces. So maybe you can even use Meteor with Ampersand. Anyhow, cool. Yeah. So I mean, just to say that Yarrow, of course, if you're busy twiddling your thumbs, you can always spike things. You spike things to throw them away. That's I'm a big fan of that. But anyhow, yeah. So I guess you're around. Should we go to Thomas? Thomas, how are things with you?
Hi guys, I'm fine, thank you. In terms of reporting what I've been up to, we had a developer meeting last night with Amal and Louisa from
Right.
Brazil, and we spoke at length on certain things. We tried to get her started on working on her story. The GitHub sorting of projects, and we were discussing some other stories. We took a few votes on some stories in the icebox. So whenever you prioritize them, we can start working on that. If there's some people around, but we also recognize that the 11th Sep is the one that is in focus right now. Unfortunately, John was not around. He submitted a pull request that has to do with exceptions to schedule, which is a little unfortunate, and I would say, because that's not the top priority. Exceptions to schedule is a corner case scenario. So I would rather focus on creating the advanced instances and getting that to work. I couldn't pull him in to set up any sessions with him for the last few days, so I'm a little stressed out, because this is a very important thing for us to get going and to ship out. So this is my priority tonight. Apart from having a client meeting with you at your convenience,
Sure.
I'm going to try to get hold of him today or tomorrow, and get this moving.
Sure. I mean, I think that it's obviously that's challenging. I mean, the end thing, it may be that John just doesn't have the time or the bandwidth to kind of fit in which case we'll have to.
Your audio is breaking up a little bit there.
Yeah, saying we may find that with John, if he doesn't have the time or the bandwidth to fit in, then we may have to work around him. Let's see how it goes. Yes. So I mean, potentially, because I've done now a bit of client meeting prep, you and we could have the website one client meeting immediately after this Scrum, if that's convenient for you. But let's see.
Unfortunately, it's a little bit of a no-go on me, because I'm not at the computer right now.
Okay. Oh no, hey, no problem. Yeah, we'll do it after Atlantic Scrum. That's fine. Okay.
After Atlantic Scrum, I'll be back home, and I can hook up with you. No problem.
Okay. Good show.
Apart from that, I submitted a pull request on the mobile UI elements changes. So, and me and Brian are gonna go over some. I think we have 3 outstanding pull requests right now. We're going to try to merge them in and push it out to staging, so you can have a look at that. One of the pull requests is a fix for the dashboard that wasn't working properly, but now it is. So hopefully, when you and I have the client meeting, we'll have everything in place.
Okay, good show.
Nothing else to report. Nothing blocking me right now. Good show. Lack of time.
Indeed. Let's go on to Sasha. I'm just looking at your profile page, Sasha. Great to have you with us again today. Do update your profile page at your leisure. Sasha, anything to report?
No. I'm looking for a project at the moment.
Yeah, well, you could report that we did do a very small amount of pairing yesterday on Motion, which was the makers thing. At least your internet connection seems to be stabilizing, and so.
Yeah, I'm sitting right next to the router. I don't know if that's anything to do with it.
I'll tell you one thing that is a big thing is just don't be on Wi-Fi, right? Plug yourself in directly into the router makes a huge difference. Yeah.
Cable flow.
Yeah. So I mean, not right now, but if you can get your hands on a LAN cable and plug yourself in directly, that'll make a big difference. I avoid Wi-Fi if I can at all can help it. Yes. And so are you free now for pairing, Sasha?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Great.
What's Motion, by the way?
Motion is an internal system for makers. So Sasha's a graduate of Makers Academy and has worked on that previously. And so yesterday when he was looking for stuff, it was like, oh, maybe you could just have a look at this. So yeah, Motion is the internal system for makers that basically kind of takes the incoming students and sort of triages them and then manages like kind of the process of taking them through interview and then onboarding them so that they're actually joining the 12-week intensive course.
All right. Cool.
On retrospect, I was kind of like, maybe it would be more interesting for Sasha to have a chat with Yarrow. Yesterday, I kind of was in two hands. Anyway, I mean, if Sasha and Yarrow, you're both free now, that could of course still happen today. We will see. Let's go on to Craig. How are things with you, Craig?
Fine, thank you. Nothing to report really. I just joined the Scrum because you said join the Scrum.
Well, you were saying, you were there in the Oscar channel saying that you were confused, and I thought, well, if anybody's confused...
sorry, I said I need help, but I meant that in more in
an emotional sense.
Yes.
Well, wait, that's what the Scrums are for. The Scrums are fundamentally about emotional help.
I think I need help.
Yeah, well,
we're there for you, Craig.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, that's what we want to let everyone know that we're here for them.
I'm feeling the love.
Good, excellent. Yeah, so that sounds like, but yeah, I guess you're trying to wrap your head around the kind of the client structure of the Ostra project. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. I needed help just because I can't type.
Okay, right.
But, yes, I've got a question from Ottersum and I failed to type his name properly. That was what I need help.
I see. But great to have you in because it allows. I don't know if you met Sasha before. It allows us.
No, I haven't.
Sasha also based in the UK as a graduate of the Makers Academy course and a great all-round guy. I mean, if I can find more opportunities to work with Sasha, I think I would be very pleased. Okay, but anything else to report, Craig? Are you free for pairing at all today? Or?
I'm not. I may be later on. I'm not for the rest of the afternoon at all.
Okay, so maybe in the evening. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. So Craig and Sasha, you're both in the UK, so just that you're in the same time zone.
No.
So let's go on to me. Yes, I pretty much spent all yesterday on Motion. I did also do some on the train. I was doing some local support pull requests. We've got some, and I was closed at Makers last night, and so Pavel visited from Russia and came down to the office and brought me some food, and he joined the scrums, and we had chats, and he also joined the pairing session afterwards, and we had a nice chat. It was good to hear from him and meet him in person. So actually, we've kind of really cleared up the local support. What's going on there? Local support pull requests. We're left with these. Although I think these ones are now going to be sort of closed. We're really with about 6 of those have been closed. We're going to have the client meeting today in about an hour and a quarter. And I need to have the website one client meeting with Thomas. We'll do that after Atlantic Scrum. Those are the key things there. That's the deal basically. Yeah. So I guess. I'm just thinking of any other important news. No? Okay, that's basically it. So I guess, Thomas, you need to jump off then if you're just on your phone. Any other critical business for the group?
Not for me.
Sounds like a no. So I think that's the Scrum. It sounds like Sasha and Yarrow, you're both free now?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, okay. Well, so I think we've got the same. What I would plan to do now is I need to immediately just sort of finish reviewing little bits and pieces for the local support client meeting. So, Sasha, if you're interested in that, there's also the local support client meeting coming up, which you're more than welcome to join. So that's at 12:30 UTC +1, exactly an hour and 15 minutes from now. Will be streamed. If you're, you've done some coding with me a little bit on the local support project before. I don't think you've ever attended a client meeting. Sasha? But anyway, that's an option for you. But also, yeah, maybe right now, probably the client prep is not so interesting. Sasha, if you're available, maybe you can work with Yara for a bit. Yeah, Sasha texting that he's free now. Yeah, okay. Anyway, well, I think I'll stop the scrum there.